Have you ever wondered why orgasms feel so incredibly good? We all know that intense moment of pleasure. Our bodies respond, our minds go blank, and everything just feels right. But what if I told you that orgasms are more than just a physical release? What if I told you that orgasms are actually the ultimate brain hack? The kind of hack that can rewire your brain, boost your mood, and even help you make better decisions. It sounds like a bold claim, doesn't it? But stick with me, because we're about to dive into the fascinating world of neuroscience and how orgasms have a profound effect on your brain. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll look at orgasms in a whole new light. Let's start with the basics. Orgasms are often seen as just a physical response, an intense wave of pleasure during sexual activity, right? But what's actually happening inside your brain during an orgasm is nothing short of mind-blowing. In fact, orgasms are like a neurochemical reset button, hitting multiple parts of your brain in a way that can enhance your mental state, improve relationships, and even give you a boost of confidence. It's almost like your brain gets a mini vacation during those few seconds of peak pleasure. Neuroscience of orgasms, the ultimate brain hack. Did you know? When you orgasm, your brain releases a cocktail of dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins, all the feel-good chemicals responsible for happiness, bonding, and relaxation. Let's break this down to see exactly how each of these chemicals plays a role in making orgasms the ultimate brain hack. Dopamine, the reward chemical. One of the most well-known chemicals released during orgasm is dopamine. Known as the reward chemical, dopamine is responsible for feelings of pleasure, motivation, and satisfaction. It's what makes you feel that intense sense of reward and accomplishment. Dopamine doesn't just make you feel good in the moment. It motivates you to keep seeking out that reward. This is why you often feel a craving for more, whether it's in the form of more intimacy, more excitement, or just more happiness. The release of dopamine during orgasm creates a positive feedback loop that encourages you to seek pleasurable experiences. Dopamine's effects go beyond just pleasure. It also boosts cognitive function and helps you to think more clearly, make decisions, and process emotions. After a good orgasm, you often feel more at ease and mentally sharp. Oxytocin, the love hormone. Another major player in this brain hack is oxytocin, often referred to as the love hormone. This chemical is released during orgasm, but it's also involved in other bonding experiences like hugging, breastfeeding, and even eye contact. Oxytocin plays a key role in trust, connection, and emotional bonding. When you orgasm, oxytocin floods your brain, helping to create a deeper emotional connection with your partner and enhancing feelings of intimacy. The fascinating part? Oxytocin has been shown to have stress-reducing properties. It can lower your cortisol levels, the stress hormone, and help you feel more relaxed and grounded. After an orgasm, you often feel that post-orgasmic glow, right? That's the power of oxytocin at work. It creates a sense of calm and connection that reduces anxiety and boosts your overall well-being. Serotonin, the mood enhancer. Then there's serotonin, a neurotransmitter associated with mood regulation. When you orgasm, serotonin is released, and this has a profound effect on your emotional state. Serotonin helps to create a sense of well-being and contentment, making you feel happy and centered after an orgasm. But serotonin's role goes beyond just making you feel good. It also helps with sleep regulation, appetite control, and memory. So, when you orgasm, you're not just improving your mood for the moment, you're actually giving your brain a boost in terms of emotional stability and overall cognitive function. The dark side and myths about orgasms. But let's not forget, orgasms, like any potent brain hack, come with their potential downsides. Addiction and misuse are real concerns, and not all orgasms are created equal. While orgasms can offer a brief euphoric high, the long-term effects are not always as beneficial if they're used improperly or too frequently. Many believe that the more orgasms, the better, but this can lead to the myth of constant pleasure. The brain can become desensitized, leading to a need for more stimulation to reach the same level of satisfaction, which can spiral into compulsive behaviors. Overindulgence in instant gratification can prevent you from finding balance in life, making you addicted to the cycle of seeking pleasure without addressing deeper emotional needs. Psychological insights, Carl Jung and Machiavelli's views on orgasm. Carl Jung viewed pleasure and desire through the lens of the shadow, the parts of ourselves that we repress or deny. Orgasms, like any other form of pleasure, can become a way to escape facing deeper emotions. Lust, unchecked, can mask the real emotional needs of the psyche, leading to a distortion of true fulfillment. Jung believed that indulgence in immediate pleasures could lead to a form of self-deception, where individuals lose their connection with their true selves. In contrast, Machiavelli would likely focus on the power dynamics involved in pleasure and intimacy. He might argue that those who master their desires and emotions hold psychological leverage, using their control over pleasure to manipulate situations for their advantage. Potential downsides: addiction and misuse. Here's the issue. The more you indulge in orgasms, especially if driven by external factors, the more likely it is that your brain will crave that quick fix. Orgasm addiction can desensitize you to everyday pleasures, making you less capable of enjoying the subtleties of life. Furthermore, acting on desire without intention can create emotional instability, leaving you with a hollow feeling once the pleasure fades. Dispel the myths. Not all orgasms are created equal. One common myth is that all orgasms deliver the same emotional payoff. The truth is, emotional connection matters. Orgasmic experiences that are tied to deep, meaningful relationships are often far more satisfying than casual or disconnected encounters. The quality of the experience and the emotional bonds formed can influence how your brain reacts to orgasm, shifting the balance from just instant pleasure to long-term emotional growth and connection. Orgasms as the ultimate brain hack. Orgasms are far more than just physical release. They act as a powerful brain hack. This experience can actively improve your mood. It also boosts mental clarity significantly. Stronger relationships often follow. Dopamine brings feelings of reward. Oxytocin fosters connection and trust. Serotonin regulates mood. Endorphins act as natural painkillers. This combination triggers a cascade of positive effects. These benefits can linger well after the orgasm. Think of this as a mental reset button. The influx of neurochemicals reshapes your brain's activity. This can lead to a greater sense of calm. It also increases focus and attention. For instance, feeling more connected to a partner is common. This shared intimacy strengthens bonds. The overall feeling of wellness improves too. It's a biological advantage for mental health. Now that you know how powerful orgasms are for your brain, what are you going to do with this knowledge? I'd love to hear your thoughts on how orgasms have impacted your mental health or relationships. Drop a comment below and let's continue this conversation. And if you found this video fascinating, be sure to like, subscribe, and check out my other videos on brain health, emotional wellness, and mental hacks. Let's keep learning and growing together. Share this video with someone who might find this information enlightening. It's time to break down the myths and truly understand the science behind our brain's most powerful natural hack.